Snipes-n-Snarfblatts, your unauthorized place for Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilm. As usual, I'm your host, Jason, and we're going to get right into it. It's going to be a short show, probably, because honestly, not much has happened in the realm of entertainment underneath that Disney umbrella, and that's what we talk about here. So, like I said, it's probably going to be a short show. I've got some stuff that didn't even hit the site that's going to make it just to fill in some spots. But it is still going to be some interesting stuff nonetheless. So without further ado, let's bring on up that mouse in the desk lamp and let's talk about some Disney Pixar stuff. And this time we're going to be talking about some Pixar stuff. And what is that? Well, it's the thing that's been on everybody's mind, Toy Story 4. So Toy Story 4, Entertainment Weekly, gave us a inside look at all of the new characters, or at least 3 of the new characters from the realm of the lost toys that Woody's going to find Bo Peep in. And that's where all the lost toys go. And a couple of them were really significant to me. One, because it was Keanu Reeves' character. And we haven't known who Keanu Reeves was playing yet. We just knew he was going to play an action-esque character. And now we've got a face to the name. Keanu Reeves will be playing Duke Kaboom, an action figure, one of those old school action figures on the motorcycles that do the little tricks and stuff. And he's advertised as the greatest daredevil in all of Canada. And the only thing to being the greatest daredevil in all of Canada that doesn't really add up is the fact that he can't do any of the stunts that are in his commercials. So even though he's touted as the greatest daredevil in all of Canada, when it comes to the actual practicality of the matter, he is not. This sounds like a great character for Keanu Reeves. I know he's going to have a lot of fun with it. They said he even jumped up on the table and just had so many ideas. And the greatest thing about this going into this story from Entertainment Weekly was the fact that they found out after casting him in this role that Keanu Reeves is indeed Canadian, and Keanu Reeves also has a love for motorcycles. So talk about fitting the role. This guy is the epitome of this role. So there's a face and a little bit of background of what to expect out of Keanu Reeves in this movie, because it's been a closely guarded secret. So that was cool to find out. I love Keanu Reeves. I've loved him since Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Point Break. He's actually one of my favorite actors if I was to make a top list of actors. I'm a really big fan of Keanu Reeves. When he's on, he is really on, and I think this is going to be a really good role for him. Now, we also got the little person in the picture. Now, the little person in the picture is Officer Giggle McDimples. This is one that we're going to have to see it pan out. I didn't really, from what I saw of the character, it wasn't really that big of a significant thing to me. Should be voiced by Ally Mackey. Going to be Bo's best friend. Reminiscent of the Polly Pocket brand. This is an officer from the Giggle McDimples brand, which is basically a carbon copy of the old Polly Pockets, which those little characters that came with their own little whole world of things to build up. And really, that's all the background we kind of got from this character, other than she's got a significant giggle. And like I said, she's Bo's best friend in this realm of lost toys, and basically can hop up on her shoulder and be both the angel and the devil on her shoulder, was another of the small little synopsis we got for this character. But the best character out of all these 3 you see up here is the Gabby Gabby doll. That's the one in the yellow dress. I can't wait to see this character in action. It's a creepy 1950s doll, think kind of Annabelle-ish, you know what I'm saying? And it's described as perfect, except for one broken thing, keeping her from being loved and cherished forever and being purchased off the shelf. And, I mean, not only is this little doll creepy enough after being called basically Annabelle, you know what I'm saying, like a facsimile thereof, but to make her even creepier, she has these henchmen that you saw in the preview that are ventriloquist dummies. And if ventriloquist dummies aren't creepy enough, these ventriloquist dummies specifically, because they do not have a ventriloquist to supply their voice, just walk around silent and creepy as all hell as her henchmen. And they're going to be the people who she sends out to do her bidding. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, really excited about these three characters. That right there's probably the one I am the most excited about. This is actually one of the only things that hit the website when I saw it, and mainly because of the Gabby Gabby character and my small obsession with Keanu Reeves. But the Gabby Gabby thing sounds like it's going to be the creepiest toy that we've ever got out of Toy Story 4. And if they use that to their advantage, this might wind up being the creepiest villain we've ever got from Toy Story when it comes to Toy Story 4. And I don't know, for some reason I just got really excited when I found out this was the villain and this was the angle they were going to go with it, because porcelain dolls creeped me the hell out. Old dolls creep me the hell out. I don't know why. I feel like those little glass eyes are just staring through your soul, and that's kind of what I'm feeling, the vibe I'm getting from this character as they described her and really got into her character. And like I said, I can't wait. This has actually got me even more excited for Toy Story 4. And this is really, really adding up, just based on the promotional stuff we're hearing in the previews. It's adding up to look like it's going to be a really good film worthy of the Toy Story brand. But, I mean, we won't see, obviously, until it comes out and take it as a whole. But just judging from the previews and the small snippets of things we're hearing, I'm actually pretty excited for this one. And I'm leaning towards very optimistic out of everything I've seen so far. But that is it for the Mouse and the Desk Lamp. That is the only thing that's really happened. Like I said, short show today. There's not really much to talk about. This other thing, though, as we get into the 9 realms, and that's where we talk about all the Marvel stuff. And this thing blew the internet up when it was released. And it was these Marvel posters. They're the Avenge the Fallen posters. You got half of them in color, half of them in black and white. The color are the ones that, lived through Infinity War, which we did get some secrets that, I mean, some of them weren't really secrets, weren't surprises. We already knew Valkyrie was going to make it. But, I mean, seeing Wong and Pepper and Happy up there, one, lets us know they made it. But two, it also, at least to me, kind of speaks in volumes at the fact that those characters are going to have a bigger role this time around. And it makes me actually start to question when we're really going to see any of the Infinity War losses return. I mean, we already know some of them are going to return because we've already seen a preview for Spider-Man. So some of these people are going to return. Who, how many, and when is all of a sudden questionable when you've got your main color posters having Wong, Pepper, Happy, Valkyrie. These are characters that didn't even have any screen time hardly in Infinity War. So I really want to see where they're going with that, because that could just be us reading into posters. I know we're reading into a lot of previews that aren't real and stuff like that, and just like Captain Marvel, the misdirection is real when it comes to the plots to these things. But if we're to just take it at face value and look at these posters, it really tends for me to think that there's a really, really good chance that these characters are going to have a more significant role this time around in Endgame. Now, Valkyrie, people made a big deal on the internet, but that's not really what had the internet buzzing right here. As you get to the pictures of the ones in black and white that have faded away, and those are all the people that died or turned to dust in Endgame, you see that Shuri of Black Panther fame got dusted. And a lot of people thought in the previews when they saw this that this was misdirection too, when they saw her in the little hologram while they were looking at the loss. But no, apparently, if these posters are to confirm anything, they are confirming the fact that Shuri indeed got dusted. She is not with the remaining heroes right now, and she is gone. And this, from what I was seeing on Twitter and whatnot, this has hit the internet by storm. People are very angry at this because a lot of the theories had to do with Shuri on how this was going to all pan out. And now that Shuri's gone, well, that just crumbled some of these people's theories just all to hell and just turned them to dust, just like Thanos' snap did. So, interesting posters. I love the concept of these. I love the depth where they're going. This is really cool. I actually really enjoy the fact that they release these color and black and white posters. Usually when they release a giant amount of posters like this, I'm kind of like, why in the hell would you release this many posters? It's just overwhelming. But in the style that they did this, bravo. I really liked this. This was really cool. It was a really good way to kind of throw this out there and have some characters that, yeah, they may have said it behind the scenes, but now you know for a fact, look, there they are in color, they made it, versus here these characters are in black and white, they didn't make it. I liked that. That was a really good marketing tool right there. And I mean, the Russo brothers are really having fun with us on this one, and sure, we're going to see more. Can't wait to see the next preview for this movie, because I have a feeling it's going to build on these posters a little bit when we finally get to see it, and it's going to leave us just clawing at wanting to see this movie. So I'm going to spend time on them posters. Next thing up is something that actually just dropped as I was writing up all of this. THR exclusive that Angelina Jolie is in talks to be in the Eternals film directed by Chloe Zhao. And wow, like, I mean, sure, it's in talks. You know how in talks go. In talks could fall apart any minute. Hell, they could be falling apart right now as I'm saying all this to you. But if THR is going to go with it and have an exclusive, there's a really good chance that there's some weight on this. I put some more in the site. I mean, apparently Cersei wants to come live with live amongst humans, and it falls between her and Icarus. There's going to be a love story in there, and really, that's all they really have to say. No Marvel rep has commented on this, so Marvel has nothing to say on this, even the in talks part. But apparently, they have a really good source that says Angelina Jolie is in talks to be in this movie, and I'm excited about that. I mean, hell, I love Angelina Jolie. Like, as an actress, I think she is amazing. Even as much as I hate Maleficent, Angelina Jolie by far is not the problem with Maleficent. She played that part to a T, even as she was supposed to play it. And I just think they could have took her way more wicked than they did. But nonetheless, the fault is not in Angelina Jolie's at all. She is a fine actress and a fine addition to any movie, and I will happily see her come along the MCU in the form of the Eternals. And I'm really into this. If you don't know much about the Eternals, it's the Celestials. They created the Eternals, which is a superpower, perfect, immortal, near immortal beings. And then you've got the Deviants, which are the more monstrous versions of the basically cut from the same cloth, yet hideously deformed monster type versions. And they wind up clashing with each other for all eternity. One's inherently good, one's inherently evil. And the only thing they have in common is they're created by the Celestials, and that gene is kind of dispersed through all of us. And that's how superhero stuff... Very, very, very deep into the Marvel realms. This happened eternities ago, and it basically... The story as it was originally put out by Kirby basically sets the groundwork for every single superhero or supervillain that has powers as you know it, and why those powers came to be. And so like I said, really deep story, century spanning, and I can't wait to see this on film. If Watchmen was unfilmable, I remember it was deemed unfilmable for a long time. Eternals is probably really close to that. So this is going to be a real crowning achievement for Feige, because this one's going to be a really hard one to film. And knowing that they're going for A-listers like Angelina Jolie to help kind of flesh it out and ease it along is a really good sign that they're going to try to really just flesh this out and get the best people they can to do the job and really get this worked out. And like I said, exciting addition. It's in talks, no comments. So I mean, don't read too far. This is far from concrete, but it is a thing. She is in talks, and there's a really, really good chance this could happen. I would say the chance is greater than 50-50 that this would happen if THR feels this comfortable reporting it. But that's just me looking into THR as a whole. As usual, they're usually pretty damn reliable when it comes to this stuff. So looking forward to more on that. Hell, looking forward to more on the Eternals. Period. And the more as this develops, I know I'll be talking a whole lot more about the Eternals, and I can't wait to get some more plot points and really start to flesh out what this is going to be and how deep they're actually going to go into Kirby's material, because this is some deep, nerdy comic book stuff right here. So that's all I can really spin on Eternals. Is, like I said, no one really said much about it. So we are going to move out of the Nine Realms, and we are going to get into our last segment for the day, and it will be the e-ticket. Fire that up. The e-ticket, that is where we talk about all things that happen in the Disney parks that hit my radar, that are really relevant and mean something to me. And this one doesn't mean something as much to me right now as it means a whole lot to teenage me, and that is the NBA experience at Disney Springs now has a date. And wow, y'all, teenage me is like going crazy right now. Teenage me was a major NBA fan, and this NBA experience like tunes right into that. I can't speak for if this thing's going to be as popular as they want it to be. Hell, there's a part of me that don't even think this thing's going to be popular at all, and it's going to flop even more so than Disney Quest ever did. But like I said, teenage me is very excited about this, and I want to see this work because it sounds awesome. They're going to have an NBA retail store. Obviously, everything's got to have a store. But it's going to be this big, just event-type area. You're going to have real-time stats for the NBA and WNBA. You're going to be able to stack up to players and measure your vertical leap, your wingspan, your shooting and dribbling versus them. There's going to be activities showing off your shooting skills from like different areas as they light up, how fast you can shoot. I remember one thing was talking about you're going to be able to walk into an arena and hear the crowd just kind of go crazy and really feel like the decibels are going to be pumped up to exactly how it feels when you walk into that arena. So you're going to know what they feel like when the pressure's on and they hit that court and everybody around them's going crazy. I mean, some of this stuff just sounds so cool, even to me, but the thing that really gets me more than anything and has just got me just totally pumped for this thing is a slam dunk challenge on a 10 to 7 foot hoop that you can move up and down, right? Depending on where you want to move it. Now, that used to be my thing back in the day, y'all. We loved to lower the rim and just show off like we were every other super slam dunker on the planet. One guy got to score us all, and we just kept coming out the booth doing whatever we could do. And I mean, we spent hours upon hours doing this, more so probably than we played basketball at times. And it was so much fun when I think about it. I used to do it with my little cousins, like everybody. That's all we wanted to do was dunk contests. And I think the coolest part about this dunk contest aspect, other than that, is they're going to do burst photography. So you'll be able to have photos of all the different bursts. Basically, think a poster or a basketball card, and you're gonna have all those little shots of you going up to do your dunks. Like, that's just that was the icing on the cake to me, though. It's this whole thing, and like I said, it's really exciting to me. I can't wait to check this out, and I don't have to wait too long because August 12th is just right around the corner when it really comes down to it. And it's going to be fun, I think. I think it's going to be a real fun look inside the NBA, and it's going to give people a chance to see and do things that normal people just probably, unless you're of a 6'6" or higher and have an amazing amount of skill, you're not ever going to get to experience this. So NBA Experience is like the perfect name for this thing, and I really can't wait till it opens over here in Disney Springs. But that's all I'm gonna really spend on that. Like I said, I've wrote more about it on the website. You can check it out in the e-ticket. It's probably a little further down now because it was when they originally made the announcement of everything that's really going to be involved in it. But go check that out. It was, like I said, there's a whole lot more to this than just that, and it sounds like it's going to be a whole lot of fun, especially if you're an NBA basketball, any type of basketball fan. This sounds like it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So, I mean, I don't have anything exclusive anymore for the e-ticket. That was the only thing I really had. I did want to mention once again, my Epcot Flower and Garden Fest stuff is still going up. I'm still doing food reviews. I'm still doing drink reviews. I'm still putting up a topiary a day. A topiary is one of them cool little plants that's cut into a shape. putting one of those up every day on Instagram or Facebook. Make sure to follow us on one of those too, and you will see all of them. But Instagram and Facebook are getting them all. If you want to know what kind of food and drinks to try, or just what you're missing out on by not being able to come and really get a taste of what to do, I mean, hell, at least you get an idea. Try to make it yourself, because I mean, they've got some really interesting foods and drinks. The drinks are just crazy. I've already done some from everything from a orange slush wine all the way to a maple popcorn milkshake, which was just wow. It was one of the strangest things I've ever had in my life. But the topiaries are really neat. They're really just beautiful plants. Like I said, Instagram and Facebook, check those out. I'm going to keep updating on the Flower and Garden Festival throughout the festival itself, because I'm still going to go back a couple more times. There's a lot to see there, and I still haven't even got it all in myself. Still trying foods, just tried a couple more. So like I said, it's going to keep popping up on Instagram and Facebook. Follow us on those if you really want to get a look at it. But that is it for the e-ticket. So until then, as always, hit us up at Snipes-n-Snarfblatts@gmail.com. Send us your thoughts. Send us anything you want to see at Walt Disney World Park, anything you want to see at Walt Disney World Resorts, taste testings you might want me to go taste. I'll go pick up the food and let you know what I think about it. Anything I missed on the show that you want to talk about, anything you just want to talk about, period, or know about. I've got a wide reservoir of knowledge that has nothing to do other than just dump out in front of this camera. So any questions you have, ask me. If I don't know the answer already, trust me, I'll figure it out. I am just knee deep in all of this. So like I said, write the email, join the conversation in the comments. Go ahead and tell me what you think, what you want to talk about, what you think on any of the issues I was talking about, anything from the posters to Angelina Jolie coming as part of the Eternals, or what you thought of the new Toy Story editions. Throw that in the comments. I'll go back and forth with you on those. We'll share both of our thoughts and explain why. But anyway, always join the comments. Like I said last time, if you're watching this on the website, go ahead and click it and turn it to YouTube. That way you can see the description. Because if you watch us on YouTube, you need to go in the description after you hit subscribe and the bell, and check us out at all the social media sites. I've got the website on there first, but I've also got Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter on there. And Facebook and Instagram, like I said, is where you'll get all the stuff for the festivals as it pops up, and a whole bunch of other park pictures as I put them up. I'm always at the parks, and I'm always unloading pictures on there. So go on there, check us out, follow us, go back and forth on some pictures. And like I said, join the conversation. And until then, I always sign off with a quote. This one, once again, is from the great Walt himself. You may not realize it when it happens, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you.